Welcome back to the pregame. Time now for our Hodge Construction Assistant Coach Minute. Tonight we have Matt Hills, the head fresh soft coach for the Bears. And Hillsy, I guess before we start talking about the team, remind everybody how long it is that you've been around doing this.
Oh, it's been 8 years of coaching and 2 years head coach on the JV.
Okay. So I guess let's just kind of look at the JV squad. I know it's been kind of an interesting year with Mother Nature, but
Yes.
How have things progressed as this season goes on?
Very well. We're at that point, going into week 9, and we'd like to say that we've got everything perfect, but obviously we're here practicing. Kind of fine-tuning, getting ready for Beckman. But very pleased with what we've done this year. Sophomore class will be a good addition next year for varsity, and we've challenged ourselves. Those games that have been a little more challenging this year have been, in reality, we've played some varsity players. Those guys have stepped up to that, and we've had a couple close games that didn't go our way, but we stayed in the game. And especially last week, Cascade, we played a very physical team and came out, in the second quarter and noticed we had an advantage. By the second half, I think it showed that our conditioning and our discipline showed.
Well, I mentioned Mother Nature, Has that affected the guys at all, or do you think they've been able to handle that? You've got weeks where, 2 o'clock Friday, they say, yeah, you're not playing tonight. You're going to play Monday night. Or then all of a sudden, you're not even going to play a game this week.
Well, it certainly messes with the emotions of football because you're all ready to go on game day, especially one day when it was actually game day and we made the change. Having that week off, that was huge. But that's high school football. We've got to get used to that. The varsity went up to Northeast and had 2 lightning delays, so it's not something you want to happen, but overcoming that adversity, anything that can be thrown at us, we don't want to make excuses, and that's what we work on all year long is controlling our own destiny instead of making excuses.
Well, I know that when we look at especially the fresh soft level, wins and losses are good, but they're not the important thing. Have you seen these guys buying into that and understanding that it's about the process of growing individually and as a team? Oh,
most definitely. This has been a very solid year as far as that goes. We've had, as I said before, we end up playing some teams. I think in week 2 we had 4 varsity starters playing on the JV on our opposing side. And we're all freshmen and sophomores. In fact, a couple of those sophomores are on the varsity here. Yeah, we don't play our varsity guys. So that's a huge difference when we go down to an opponent and we're playing up a level essentially. We welcome that. That's why we end up in the playoffs every year, I think. So.
Final thing, I've been talking to all the assistants this year about Friday night duties. Take us through, where can people see you during that varsity game and what things are you doing?
So I'll be at the concession stand.
No, he's going to do our foods at District 4 from now on.
No, seriously, I'll be up in the press box, and what I'm doing is kind of a dual role. So I'm talking to Tyler Bailey on the headset and charting his plays. So it's a dual role in a sense, dual role. One thing that I'm doing is talking to Bailey about what I'm seeing. He's giving me the call, blitz calls or defensive coverage, and so I'm watching that on the field to ensure that our guys are doing what they're supposed to do, and then also how is the offense reacting or what are they throwing at us, and what can I see? Maybe once in a while I can let Tyler know, hey, I see this going on, and we can make some adjustments at halftime. The other role that I'm playing is charting that for him so that when we do game film, he's got something to look off of, and then I do some tendencies and things like that. So when we do make halftime adjustments or throughout the game we make adjustments, I can kind of give him some statistics and analysis on what's going on in the game.
Well, it's a big process that goes into being successful, and we're looking forward to seeing how it translates here. Matt, thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Stephen.
That is Matt Hills, head fresh soft coach, as our Hodge Construction Assistant Coach Minute. Back with more of the pregame right after this. This is the Bearcast at westbranchfootball.com.